Homicide is my occupation. This shit outrageous. They done made the truth docile. That's why we on the corner crying aloud, looking hostile. Isupk style. Can't stop now. Find this warfare couldn't last one round. Let the oppressed rise, and let the rich mourn till the sundown. Enough with this shit, about to make it hot, call it compound. Just for my niggas, put the guns in the drugs down. Dwelling in peace till the Lord call for the bloodhound. Try to decide my death and got beside yourself. Swore draw for what you perform. How you gon' hide yourself? Devil got to die for his lies and his dreams. Ain't got no love for them crackers. Nah, just cruel intentions. And in my father's house is spinning mansions. I got plenty bitches. Worthy of vengeance. This your death sentence. I'm talking about slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. Slaughter. That they do not rise. Go in and fill the world with lies. Ain't die for your skin. You gon' die for your crime. That's right. Talking to you. So warn for your life. Your life. Try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devils that get in this deal. Slaughter. Yeah. Slaughter. Yeah. Now they shook from vicious words out this handed book. About to take these rappers back to school. My flow said the hook. They crossed the line, ain't no coming back. You became no cowards. The only thing sweet is the honey check. Righteous is the Lord. Give me rest from my sorrow. And hand down death for them devils. There's no tomorrow. Why? Cause they violence leave a man a stiff corpse. You see a flag in the bench. I see horns in a pitchfork. Go ahead. So please believe it, the white man is a demon, and I ain't gon' vote with him to free me. No, they beat us till we, the color purple, that's why this knife till they broke like ceiling. You got this nigga on his knees, they wanna have peace. We screaming, let this bitch burn at 1,000 degrees. I'm laying in the bosom of revenge. I told her I'd do anything she pleased as I squeeze on the double D's. Fuck you mean? I'm talking to you. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, slaughter. That they do not rise. Go in and fill the world with lies. Ain't die for your skin, you gon' die for your crime. That's why I'm talking to you. So warn for your life. Your life. Try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devils that get in this deal. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah.
The police just shot him for no apparent reason. No reason at all. They asked for license and registration. That's the police officer over there that did it. With the black on. I can't really do shit because they got me handcuffed. I can't believe they just did this. I'm fucking back!
Most High in Christ. Shalom. How about Shemi al Shah Barakatah to all the brothers. How Shamal Atah by Shemi al Shah, all the sisters. Shalakia, let me just check the live, make sure the audio is swab. Con, that seems like it's all good. Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. All right. We out here in Durham, North Carolina. Precinct Officer 500,000 holding it down. You know what I'm saying? To my brother, Officer 500, you know what I'm saying? Yarmak arrives. You know what I'm saying? It's the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. You know what I'm saying? Of course, this is the class, you know what I'm saying, dedicated to, you know what I mean, to reminding our people, you know what I'm saying, about that aspect of our culture, the aspect of our culture that has to do with how we conduct ourselves amongst ourselves, how we interact with one another. You know what I'm saying? Something that we're not taught or trained up to do in this place. As we can see, you know what I mean, from all the different, different things that go on. You know what I'm saying? How we deal with each other in America, how we deal with each other in the earth. I mean, we don't deal with each other in a brotherly fashion, sisterly fashion, right? As blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, who are the true Jews according to the Bible, you know what I'm saying, the true Israelites according to the Bible, right? We're commanded to love each other. We're commanded, you know what I'm saying, to view every other black man, period, point blank. If it's another brother who through his paternal lineage is a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, there's not an option. We have to love each other. A sister, you understand? We have to love that sister. Think about how many things that would change in this place. Think about how many horrible, horrendous occurrences happen because we just can't seem to find it within ourselves to love each other. Think about how much murder takes place in the ghettos of America, in the ghettos of Charlotte, North Carolina, and Durham, North Carolina, the ghettos of Houston, and the ghettos of, you know what I'm saying, Alabama, Florida, New York, wherever you go, Jersey, wherever you go, we face these issues, right? Because we not taught to love each other. You know what I mean? Think about how much rape happens. How many black women go missing every year? How many black women are raped? How many black female children are raped? What you got on the one? Good night. Good night. 64,000, man. And that's why this brotherhood class is so important. You ready? Most High in Christ. God. Okay, so you know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. If we could change how we deal with each other, guess what? You would know no one would rape. No black man would rape a black woman. No black woman would molest a black child. No black man would molest a black child, Hispanic child. Lie to each other. You know what I'm saying? Murder each other, rob each other, steal from each other. You understand? None of these things would take place. Why? Because we have a blueprint, and that's this Bible. This Bible is the blueprint for how we treat each other, and it eliminates all of those things. And as soon as we get into the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under Commanding General Yohana, the only place, you know what I'm saying, where you can learn about this history and learn about this culture, as soon as we do that, as blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, man, we'll destroy all our enemies. We'll defeat all of our enemies. You know what I'm saying? Come, Most High in Christ. So with that, I'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Yarma. You know what the internet say, right? The internet say that we a bunch of cult members. That's what it say. And they say that we hate our brothers in the Isupk. We hate blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This class, you understand? This class is the very proof that all of those things are a lie. That's right. I think I'm wrong, so I didn't say that.
Like, if y'all could bear with me 1 second while I get this set up. If we got any questions or comments online, type it in the chat now before we get into the topic. Okay, come on. Just hold it. Oh, I got you. Again, if anybody got any questions, any comments, just type it in the chat. Let me get these links. Let me get these lives set up. Go ahead and start sharing these lives on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. If they got it on there, share it everywhere. Let's see. YouTube. What's the YouTube one again? 12 tribes. Let's see. All right, we're almost there. All right. Oh, wait, one more thing. Shalaka. Everybody Tawab in the room. Y'all seen what's been going on the news lately with that boy who got what you call it? His judgment was not guilty by the judge for killing a man. Khan. Yeah, y'all see what's going on the news. Black people upset. You understand? There's a problem with that though. What's his name again? Tell me that double name.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse. Black people being upset at Kyle Rittenhouse's judgment is a contradiction to Christianity. It's a contradiction.
Right.
You understand? You can't be a Christian every day and go into church and forgive your oppressor for hanging you from tree to tree. Forgive your oppressor for putting drugs in your community.
Right.
Forgive your oppressor for raping your women and your men. But then be mad at Kyle Rittenhouse.
Right.
You can't be mad. What the Christianity teach? Turn the other cheek.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead. What you heard?
I was gonna say Christianity teaches you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying, forgive at all times, always, no matter what.
To forgive everything. So like, all right, so like, you understand? Yeah, but correct, right? To forgive everything. You understand? When your son, right? When your 10-year-old son comes to you and he says, "Daddy," you understand? I think that I identify with a female. You understand? Even though he too young to make those kind of decisions for himself. Of course, because of Christianity, we have to do what? We gotta forgive and forget. We gotta forgive him for the decisions that he make. You understand? But the problem with Christianity is that the forgiveness in Christianity is subjective. It's subjective into what we want and what we desire. And so what I mean by that is that when a boy who is raised in a Christian family decides that he's going to be the biggest drug dealer on the East Coast or on the West Coast, he gets looked at as he gets vilified for the actions that he does. But when another boy who was raised by a Christian family decides that he wants to turn his manhood into woman parts,
Right.
that is something that we have to forgive and we have to accept. You understand? And I say that to say this. Christianity in its whole as a religion is a contradiction against itself. You understand? You cannot preach that we have to forgive our oppressor for slavery, even though we have not had any, what they call it, reparations. We haven't gotten reparations. It's not like our oppressor has given us reparations for slavery. There's been no repayment. There's been no judgment nor justice for what has happened to our great grandmothers and our great grandfathers and our ancestors that came off of them ships. There's been no payment for it. So how can we say, after all of these years of torment and rape and murder and robbery, thievery and lies, you understand, and forced religions on us, that we have to turn around and say that we have to forgive our oppressor, but then with Kyle Rittenhouse, what is his name? Rittenhouse? Rittenhouse. What the hell kind of name is that? Rittenhouse. When Kyle Rittenhouse gets the judge says that he's innocent for the crimes that he committed, that we still have a problem with him. Right. We're supposed to love the justice system. We're supposed to love the Judeo branch. Right. We voted for it. We believe in America's democracy. We believe in America's court system. We believe in everything America stands for. When a national anthem comes on, what do? We stand for it. Right. You should stand for Rittenhouse. Right. You should stand for him. You should applaud for him like Donald Trump applauds for Rittenhouse, because you have no fight in this battle. Right. You have no fight. There is no fight for you because you have to forgive everything. We as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians have to forgive every single thing. I tell you what, I was watching this channel, and it was a history channel. On the history channel, they was going out and they was looking at the tribe of Gad, them troops, you understand, and them ancient, them Aztecs and them Mayans. And they went over the history of how America came and pushed Catholicism on them by way of slaughter, by just murdering them. And then there is a library, right, in New Mexico right now that is working, right? You could go to this library, you could visit it. And this library is the grave site to one of the most mass slaughters of the Native American Indians to this day. It sits on top of the blood and bones of our brothers and sisters that they murdered to push Catholicism. And then on top of that, they built a Catholic church and a library just to wipe out the practices that the ancient Aztecs and the ancient Mayans and all of the, you understand, the natives that they had down there. And the sad part is this: when you go to the museum or the library, you see the stones. Inside the stones that they used to build this library, they was forced to build, they still carved their heritage inside of the stones. They still carved their culture inside of the stones, and it's still there because that was their attempt to preserve what was being taken from them, man. You understand? You got to be a fool if you turn around and forgive the man that took your culture away from you. You got to be an idiot, man. If you turn around and just forgive, but you can't forgive your brother in the street. You can't forgive your brother you can't forgive your cousin because he wears a different set of colors than you. Because he was born 4 blocks away from you. I know you from New York. Blocks are everything. You understand? You on the wrong block and you lucked out because of a block that you grew on. You understand what you got? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Saying is so heavy. I've been hearing a lot about that lately. Like, I've been hearing the cases all over the place. I just heard of a situation in New York where this cat, you know what I'm saying, his op happened to be one of his own cousins. And he's like, I don't care about none of that. Like, he with them, so it's whatever. Like, it's crazy. It's lucky.
Man, and it's sickening, man, because this is the condition of our people. And we've been beaten down because of Christianity to be in a point in which we can't understand that there's an enemy that's trying to hurt us and kill us, and it is not one another. You understand? It is not each other that's wanting to kill one another, man. It's our oppressor who is setting this game up for us to play in.
That's right.
If you ever seen the Squid Games, there you go. They put it in your, it's not a secret, man. They put it in your face. You have an oppressor that is going to oppress the poor, that is going to oppress the worthless. You understand? And in America, the poor and worthless is Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, and we are all playing this game. And while we're playing this game, we murder each other to try to survive. We murder each other to try to win, to try to live in this place. Because if we don't murder each other, then the harsh reality of being a Black man in America will kill us anyway. We'll die from just being pulled over by a racist cop. We'll die from just being poor. We'll die because we can't get what they call them, PPP loans. We'll die because we can't get a loan from the bank. We'll die because we can't afford housing. We'll die because we can't afford to send our children to good schools to give them good education. We'll die because we got to feed our children poison. We'll die because we poor and we live in Flint, Michigan, and we don't have water. You understand? Con, no sweat. We'll die because of all those things. So instead of dying from that, what do? We decide that we'll be the biggest gangbang in the world. We'll kill each other to try to make ends meet. We'll kill each other and we'll sell drugs to our own people so that maybe we can survive, so that maybe we can have money. You understand? Which is what every drug, if you go and talk to any drug dealer, Tapawan, what do they, when you ask them, well, brother, why do you sell drugs? Why is it that you do what you do? The most of the time they say what? They say, man, I got to feed my family, man. I got kids. I got to take care of my family. They're not doing it because it's a good sport. Half of them wish they made it to the NBA so they could play basketball, football, or something like that. They doing this wickedness because they want to live. Because without doing this wickedness, they will die. You understand? They will die. You cannot live in America and just live a righteous life and just be good. You understand? You won't be able to raise your children. You won't be able to just live a good life. How do you know? How do you know? Look at Colin Kaepernick. Look at Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick tried to just live a good life, didn't he? He tried to live a good life. Colin Kaepernick wasn't a gangbanger. He wasn't a gangster. He didn't rape women. You understand? He didn't prostitute whores. He didn't launder money. Colin Kaepernick went to school. And he went to go play a sport, play all oppressive sport, and he was damn good at it. He gets drafted to the NFL, and all he wants to do is I believe it. I don't know. He did. He's one of the best. We ain't talking about this is one of them terrible quarterbacks. Terrible quarterbacks. Damn, man. Look, don't come from my team, man. You know I'm a Bears fan too. Somebody worse than Jay Cutler, please. Jim McMahon. We ain't talking. Is he bad? We gonna go with it. That comes from Officer Iraq. Y'all argue with him. We ain't talking about Jim McMahon. Mark Sanchez. We ain't talking about them. These are terrible quarterbacks. We talking about Colin Kaepernick, a Super Bowl winner, man. You understand? All he tried to do was protest for his people, for the injustices that happened to his people. And what did he do? His career died. His career died. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians aren't living in the way that we live in because it's a choice. We're living in the way that we're living because we're being forced to live this way. Otherwise, we'll die. You understand? If I could, give me Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. But this is the problem with Christianity, man. This is the problem with the Christian church and what the Christian church has taught us, what they have led us to believe. You understand? And today we're gonna go over a couple of things, man. The title of the class is The Burden of Brotherhood, man. You understand? Because a lot of us believe that brotherhood is supposed to be all fun and all, nice and no sweat. No, you good. Brotherhood is supposed to be all nice and fun with roses and dandelions and Skittles and candy canes. You understand? And that's why a lot of us in the world, we never truly experience the true love of brotherhood. For a brother to love a brother, you understand? Like David loved what was that brother's name? If you could, what was the brother that David loved, man? Jonathan. Khan. You understand? Which is ironic, right? Like David loved Jonathan. We don't experience that because that type of love comes with suffering. You understand? That type of love comes with understanding and compromise. It comes with order. You understand? To be able to have that type of love for one another. But in today's class, you understand, we're going to go over that just in a little bit. But first, let me get Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Come. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
O nation not desired, man. This is talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This Bible was written for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man.
That's right.
And nobody else. And this is the Most High telling us, man, that we have to come back together. We have to learn to become brothers with the Mexicans.
That's right.
We got to learn for the Haitians to become brothers with the Puerto Ricans.
Right.
We got to learn for the Jamaicans to become brothers with the Native American Indians.
That's
man.
right.
We have to come back together because we are the same people.
Damn right.
We don't understand that we going through the exact same thing in this earth. You look at the aspect of the livelihood of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians and tell me what the difference is. Somebody tell me what the difference is so we can get on with it. Do black people live poor? Yes. Do Native American Indians live poor? Yes. Do Mexicans live poor in America? Yes. All of us are being slaughtered by our oppressor. 99 million of what you call so-called African Americans slaughtered on the transatlantic slave trade alone. 77 million Native American Indians slaughtered. You understand?
Right.
On the Trail of Tears.
Right.
Hundreds of millions of the Aztecs and the Mayans. You understand? Slaughtered by the conquistadors.
That's right.
Them stinking Spaniards, man.
Damn right.
You understand? And then push into different lands, push into different religions, push into different lives, man, and forced to worship other gods. All of us have been through the same thing.
That's right.
You understand? You got the Mexican brothers, the Isupk brothers living in cages right now, living in cages on the borders of a land that belongs to them, on a land that is rightfully owed to them. You got brothers, the so-called African Americans, man, from the tribe of Judah, niggas in America living in ghettos, man, the barrios, man, the barrios. Right. You understand? Projects. So like here, just so we understand who we talking about. Right. You got Native American Indians living on reservations, man, in tents beside highways. We are all going through the same thing. Now, somebody tell me where the Chinese is living. Where the Chinese man living at?
Chinatown.
He living in Chinatown. Where the Italians living at? Hold on, wait, hold on. Because black people are gangbangers.
Right.
They murderers, right? They kill each other and all that good stuff, and they rob people, and they the super predator on the earth.
Right.
And Mexicans, don't get me started.
Right.
You understand? They chop people up and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Cartel
Rapists.
And El Chapo and all of that. And the Native American Indians, they've been savages for since the beginning.
Right.
They were savages. You understand? So, of course, Chinese people, they should be cool, right?
Right.
What about the Italians?
Right.
Since they all good, where the Italians live at?
Prominent neighborhoods and small little Italies all over America.
Little Italy. Italians got Little Italy? Yeah. Has there not been a such thing as the Italian mafia?
The mafia was heavily involved and operated out of Little Italy.
My bad. The mafia was just it was a book club. The mafia actually went around and just all they did was collect money and help people. That's all they did.
Nah, they actually, committed heinous murders and also tax evasion.
Wow.
Which is how Al Capone eventually got arrested.
So you telling me that the mafia not only committed crimes against the citizens of America, but they also committed crimes against America.
Against the government.
Is there still a Little Italy?
Con.
So they still get to live in a place that they could call their own.
Right.
The Chinese, do the Chinese do crime in America?
Absolutely.
But they still get to live in Chinatown.
All over America.
What about the Jewish man?
Oh, let's not get started with him.
Does a Jewish man commit crime in America?
Some of the actually most if I may start Salakia,
Go ahead.
some of the most prominent figures in the mafia actually were Jewish, like Bugsy Siegel. I almost said Hyman Roth, but that's my man from the movie. Meyer Lansky. They were Jewish. So a lot of Jewish dudes were in the mob.
But do the Jews still have a place where they can live?
Absolutely.
That they could call their own?
It's called Williamsburg.
Wingsburg.
Yeah, Williamsburg, Brooklyn is one of those places, and many, many places throughout America. This is where they live.
But blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians have to live in cages.
Right.
They have to live in projects or high rises. Right. They have to live in tents beside highways.
Tent cities.
Tent cities. You understand? While they're getting drunk out of their minds.
Right.
Every single day. It is a terrible reality that blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians must face. We must come to the conclusion that we are the same people. It is not by occasion.
Right.
It is ironic, you understand? But it's not just a mishappening that all of us are going through the same thing.
Right.
You understand? And the Most High is telling us that we have to gather back together, man.
Damn right.
You understand?
That's
and with each other only. And that's it, man. You understand? Keep going, Baba Kushar.
Come. It's like when we start from top.
Come.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Oh, nation not desired. I forgot to mention a point, man, of how wicked our oppressor is. Them high rises that you see in the projects in Baltimore or in New York, those high rises, if you look at the history of the architecture of the building of those high rises were initially built for who? They was first built for rich white people to live in. Why? Because rich white people believed that, let me make sure I'm saying this right. They believed that by living up, that they would be separated from us at the bottom. You understand? But because of the invention of the elevator, which made it more easier for people from the bottom to be able to get to the top, they had to then do what? They had to scurry away from the high rises in the ghettos of New York. They had to scurry away from the high rises and the ghettos of Baltimore. And they had to go elsewhere. They had to create different things to separate themselves from us. You understand? And if you look at the history of architecture, that's what it is. Yeah. They started building upwards because they did not want to be amongst the poor blacks, Hispanics at the bottom of them buildings. You understand? But Salakia, keep going.
Come. Salakia. Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
This is all talking about the day of the Lord's, you understand, of Christ coming back, man. There's a time that we have to get ourselves together. There's a time that we have to change the way that we live in our lives.
That's right.
To stop selling drugs to one another. To stop whoring out our women.
That's
right.
To
stop using drugs. You understand? To stop being alcoholics and liars and thieves and murderers, man, and gangbangers. Right. There's a time that we have to change these things amongst one another.
That's right.
So that blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians can live amongst one another. You understand?
Come.
The Haitian brothers got to learn to come back to the Jamaican brothers.
That's
the
right.
Jamaican brothers got to learn to come back to the Mexican brothers. The Mexican brothers got to learn to come back to the Native American Indian brothers, man, because we are all one people. You understand? But we've been separated and divided, and then we've been conquered, man. And we believe that we different. A Jamaican believes that he's different than a Haitian brother. Or a Mexican brother, a Honduran brother believes that he's different than a Mexican. You understand? Go ahead.
It's a lock you. But what you're saying is so heavy. Out of one, what you're saying is heavy because I was coming up, you know what I'm saying? One of my close friends, he told me one time, I'm not saying exactly how he said it, but to some effect, he said something like, yo, I'm mixed. And I'm like, what you mean? He was like, my dad is black, but my mom is Trinidadian.
Mm-hmm.
So he considered himself not black. Like he's like, I'm half black, half Trinidadian. Like that's something different. I'm mixed. And I could even then before the trial, I was like, yo, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. He honestly believed that his black mom, who just happened to be Trinidadian, was not black.
Good night. Look, let me tell you something. You could be Trinidadian, you could be Haitian, you could be Jamaican. You come over here, and all oppressors gonna look at us the same.
That's right.
You understand? They're gonna look at us the same way. You try being a poor Haitian brother in America and see how they treat you.
That's right.
You see how they treat you when you're poor, when you don't have anything. You try being a poor West Indian brother or Jamaican brother in America and see how they treat you. They'll treat you like the rest of us. You understand? Which is why that movie Sankofa was a very good movie for brothers and sisters to watch, because that was about a woman, you understand, a sister who didn't understand that she belonged to us and not our oppressor. You understand? She believed that because of her fame and her popularity, that she was accepted by the people who hate us. But in that movie, they showed her real quick that they did not love her. You understand? They did not love her. And it's like, do we know who produced that movie? Who put it out? A brother named Holly Jarima, man. You understand? That's a movie that every brother and sister should go and watch. We should go and just really take heed and pay attention to, because that is the reality that we live in today. You understand? And that is what gets us in the condition that we living in, man. You said what?
You might not be a brother, but
There ain't no sweat.
I've seen this on to our movie.
Yeah, whether you're a brother or not, that's what we need to go watch right now. Right. You understand? But Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians have to come together, man, and it's being taught in this Bible. You go into the Christian church every Sunday, and your Christian pastor does not teach you the Bible. He lies to you every Sunday. Like I said before, it's 2020, it's almost 2022. If you are still in the Christian church, man, you are a fool. You are an idiot. There's no way in hell that I would be even if I didn't know the truth, there's no way in hell that I would still be a bona fide Christian till I die.
That's right.
Inside the Christian church. When I look inside this book and see how much content is in it, and then realize that I know very little.
That's right.
About what's inside of it, man. You understand? But of course, that's what we've been plummeled down into being. Just, Christians who don't understand anything and just believe whatever our pimp pastor tells us.
Damn right.
If I could drop that, go to Isaiah 46 and verse 1. Yeah. We're going to go a little off top, and then we're going to come back into the burden of brotherhood, man. Remember Colin Kaepernick. You understand in this story?
John. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 1. Slakia. 46 and 1? Con. Bel boweth down. Nebo stoopeth. Their idols were upon the beasts.
Their idols were upon the beast. Who is Bel? You can find Bel in the Apocrypha.
Right.
You understand? Who is Bel? What was the idol Bel? See if anyone online can get it. You understand? What was Bel? B-E-L. He was an idol. All right, but what was he? Give it about 20 seconds. If not, I'll give it to you. You can find Bel in the Apocrypha. He was a famous idol. Famous like the Christmas tree that we celebrate, that we worship today. You understand? Famous like the crucifix or the cross that we worship today. Famous like the stone in Mecca, that rock that we worship today. For time's sake, anybody on YouTube got it?
Shalaki. La'a.
All right, no sweat. Bel was a dragon, right? Bel was a dragon, and they believed that this dragon would come out, you understand, and eat the offerings off of the table that people would come and make. So people would come and make offerings unto Baal. You understand? And they believe that Bel would come and eat the offerings from off the table, right? So read that again from the top.
Con. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Bel boweth,
Mm-hmm.
Nebo stoopeth.
Mm-hmm.
Their idols were upon the beasts.
Their idols were upon the beast. What is the beast? The beast would be your cattle, right? As a matter of fact, just keep going for the context of it.
Con. Their idols were upon the beasts
Mm-hmm.
and upon the cattle.
Mm-hmm.
Your carriages were heavy loaded.
Your carriages were heavy loaded. You understand? Meaning that these idols were things that we worshipped. These idols, like I said, was your Christmas tree. It was your Kaaba stone or your rock in Mecca that we idoled. And we worship these things. You understand? It was our Christmas. It was our Thanksgiving. It was our Halloween. It was things that we worshiped that had nothing to do with the Most High and continually destroyed our people. You understand? Keep going.
Con.
Mm-hmm.
They are a burden.
They are what?
They are a burden
Mm-hmm.
to the weary beast.
They are a burden unto the weary beast, meaning that these idols back then, these were great idols. These were monuments. You understand? These were stones. These were things that, you understand, people had hand craftsmanship had to create out of rocks and stones and different, you understand, materials and things like that, gold and silver. And they created these idols. And to transport it, you understand, they had to use cattle. They had to use beasts, just like what? Soon enough, right? It's almost Christmas time, isn't it? Right. There will be men who work with an axe or a chainsaw who is going to start going into the forest, chopping down trees, and they are going to carry these idols for you to purchase and put inside of your home. You understand? But these idols were a burden unto those cattle. They were a burden unto the beast that had to carry these things for you to go buy, right? Keep going. And remember the concept of, we thought that by bringing offerings to these idols, right, that Bel, the dragon, was eating what we were offering in the night. The truth was that the priest of Baal at the time were coming and they were taking the offerings that you gave. So if you gave gold and silver and money and treasury and riches or milk, they would give milk back then. They would give milk. That was a form of offering that they would give. But if you would give milk, the priest would come and drink the milk. And in the morning, you would think that Bel was the one that was taking the offering. Right. But it was not Bel. It was those priests of Baal who was taking these offerings up from the table. Now, that should start sounding like something.
Right. Come on.
That should start reminding you of something. You might have to go back into your children years when you put something as an offering and you put it at nighttime. And in the morning, you come back and it's gone. It's been eaten by that dragon Bel. You understand? Keep going.
Come. Salaki, verse 2. Mm-hmm. They stoop. They bow down together. Mm-hmm. They could not deliver the burden, mm-hmm. but themselves are gone into captivity.
They stoop. They bow down, but they could not deliver the burden. This is the Most High talking to the children of Israel, man. This is what we do. We stoop and bow down to these idols, man. We stoop and bow down to Christmas, to Thanksgiving, to Halloween. How is it that we stoop and bow down? You understand? What does it mean when it says we stoop and bow down to these idols? What does that mean? What does that entail? What are we doing?
Shalaki, like we worshiping it.
We worshiping it, but bring it back more home. Think it back for just a regular Christian in the world who just think he just celebrating Christmas.
Shalaki, we if I may, mm-hmm. It's almost like metaphorically, like we break our backs to celebrate it. For these kids want these gifts, so I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do an 8-hour week this week to make sure I get that PS5. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta burden myself and just go harder so I can participate in this holiday.
Right. You understand? Meaning what? It says that they were a burden to the weary beast. But now these idols have become a burden unto us.
Right.
Christmas is a burden unto black people.
That's right.
You understand? During Christmas time and Thanksgiving time, black people are not in joyfulness. We're not in cheer. It's not a good time of just relaxation. Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas, these are times of suffering, man. These are times where poor people have to think about the families that they lost because of how much money they did not have, because of the things that they did. There are poor homeless people that during the holiday times regret the crimes that they've committed that landed them in prison and lost them their family because they wanted to buy their children gifts, because they wanted to buy their wives some diamond ring from Mary Kay Jewelers, because they wanted to provide some kind of glorious Thanksgiving dinner for their family. But they lost their family because these holidays is not meant for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
That's right.
And it's become a burden unto us, man. It's become a burden. How do you know it's a burden, man? Look at your mother during Thanksgiving. Does she look happy? Does she look like she's just having the time of her life? Or does she look like she's rushing? Does she look like she's stressing? Who's bringing the mac and cheese? Who's bringing the turkey? Who's bringing this? Who's bringing that? She is suffering, slaving in that kitchen, trying to cook for child molesters, trying to cook for a family that hates one another, that murders each other, for kids who are terrible, who are disgusted at everything they do. It is not a time where black people are living in peace with one another.
That's right.
It is a time for black people to carry a burden.
Damn right.
That's why the crime rate goes up like out the water do. That's why the crime rate rises at an extreme point during the holiday season. Why is that? When we're supposed to be full of cheer. We're supposed to be full of joy and happiness and hopefulness. But during these times, we die the most. During these times, black people commit the most robberies during these times. It's because these holidays and worshiping these idols are a burden unto us. And it's become weary unto us. Read that again, the end of verse 46. Verse 2. Salah.
They could not deliver the burden.
We could not deliver that burden. You think that you're going to have a grand time for Christmas. You think that Thanksgiving, you think that by going to the Thanksgiving dinner and holding hands and by praying to Jesus and saying about how much you've been thankful for your family, that is going to fix your family. You believe that it's going to work. You believe that by buying that woman, that slut, that ring on Christmas is going to keep her from whoring on you. You believe that by buying gifts for those children, that it's going to make them have straight A's in school, that it's going to make them to start respecting their family, that it's going to make them to come inside before the street light come on. We believe it. We believe in these idols, man, because we believe that these holidays have magical powers, man.
That's right.
We believe that our Christian cross, we believe that Christianity is magic.
Right.
How do we? Every time black people, every time that we do anything in life as blacks, as Christians, what do? We do this. We do this right here. What is that? What is that supposed to mean? We believe that is magic. We believe that is magic, as if that's going to stop a bullet from hitting us as we sell drugs on the corner every day.
Right.
We believe that it's going to stop AIDS and HIV from getting to us as we commit homosexuality every day. We believe that it stops all the judgment from the Most High from being on us that we do every day. And it's the most hypocritic thing that we do as black people. You understand? We would knowingly do something against the Most High, right, and then pray for him to protect us while we do it.
That's right.
Pray for him to protect us while we murder our brother, while we murder our sister, while we sell drugs to one another. We pray for him. We pray for Christ to protect us while we do something that Christ taught us not to do. as if he gonna protect us, man. You understand? It is disgusting, man.
That's right.
And these holidays and these idols have become a burden on the black people. Keep going, Baba Kashar.
Come. But themselves are gone into captivity.
Meaning what? That now we are the beast. We are the beast now that carry the burden of idols, man. And we have gone into captivity because of it. We've gone into slavery because of Christmas, because of Thanksgiving, because of Halloween, because of the 4th of July. We've gone into slavery. All people at the bottom because we are celebrating the works of another man who sets out his hand to destroy our people. We worship him and his holidays, man. And it's disgusting, man. This is not how we are supposed to live according to the Most High God
That's
of the
right.
Bible, man. You understand? Keep going, Baba Kashab.
Salaki, verse 3. Hearken unto me, O house of Jacob.
Oh, house of Jacob. Who is the house of Jacob? Remember who this Bible is talking about, man. The house of Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel after he fought with an angel, is talking about the 12 tribes of the house of Israel, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, and it's only talking to them. And this is the Most High talking to us. Keep going.
Come. And all the remnant of the house of Israel.
Of the house of Israel. Keep going.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
Which are born by me
Uh-huh.
from the belly.
Which are born by me from the belly. You understand? Meaning what? Meaning what? That Christmas tree that you love so much did not give birth to you.
That's right.
That cobblestone that you love so much in Mecca did not give birth to you.
That's right.
That Thanksgiving turkey that you love so damn much, or that ham, did not give birth to you. You understand? But the Most High is the one that has born you, man. You understand? He's the one that you should give your love to. He's the one that you should worship. You understand? But instead, we decide to worship Christmas.
Right.
We decide to kill each other over Christmas. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Right.
It's the dumbest thing. You understand? A woman will leave her husband because some other man comes. And I'll tell you, man, something, man. I remember this. And this is how you know that it's so embedded in us to be this way. And I'm gonna talk to the sisters for a second, because sisters, you're gonna have to stop being stupid. You got to stop being stupid. I ain't gonna talk to you for so long, right? But I'm gonna give me a minute and 30 seconds, right? But I remember being in some party, right, in the world. And in the world, it was a birthday party, right? And everybody's coming inside the birthday party. It's like a little small event or whatever. And everybody's, bringing a little flower, bringing a little gift card, bringing a little candle, a little something for the birthday girl or whatever. But then there was one brother who walked through the door, and he was loud. He was loud, and you could tell that this brother, he wanted that woman. He wanted her, but you could tell that he just wanted to have sex with her. It was nothing more than that. And this brother comes through the door, and he is loud, and he's got a whole bunch of different gifts, right? And all of the gifts are cheap. All of them. The roses are fake. It's like one gift card. It's like two different cards. I looked at the gifts because I was close to the sister. So I looked at everything he brought. Everything was cheap. The socks that he got was from Dollar General. The roses was fake. It was like three different little cards just to make it look like it was a lot of things. And when he walked in, you understand, he was like, man, I'm so mad that I dropped, you understand, I dropped the cupcakes that I had bought for you in the parking lot. And he was lying. He didn't buy no damn cupcakes. You didn't drop no cupcakes in the parking lot, guys.
Right.
You're lying. There was no cupcakes. There was never no cupcakes. But, and you understand, no sweat on the brother, right? But the reason that he said that was because of what? What was the reason he said it?
Why, Salaki, sir? Why did he say he dropped the cupcakes?
Yeah, why did he say that he dropped the cupcakes? Like I said, I'm gonna get on the scissors for a second, because you gotta stop being stupid for a second. You understand? I ain't gonna harken on it too much. Brothers, you understand, gotta stop being wicked and all that. But sisters, man, it's very detrimental, because you understand, stop being stupid. But why did he say that? Why did he mention some cupcakes that the nigga did not buy? He did not buy no damn. And he said it was a whole tray. A tray of cup. You just went to Dollar General. You telling me you spent hella money on a tray of cupcakes? You didn't. And there was no cupcakes outside. Why did he say it?
I feel like there could be a lot of answers to that question.
Think about the topic of what I said. Think about what I just said.
Okay, right. So you said What was that again? Like, 'cause I want to make sure I answered to the, like you said, to the topic. You said sisters gotta stop being stupid.
Got to stop being stupid. This brother comes aside and he says, man, I bought you some cupcakes, man. They was $3,000. They was $3,000 cupcakes. I bought you, man, but they fell outside. They fell outside, birthday girl. Why did he say that?
Salakia, because good night. I don't know.
You don't want to say it. It's right there. You know it. You just don't want to say it. Think about the class that we're in. Think about the history of our sisters. Think about Eve in the garden.
Because he figured he could beguile her with a lie about cupcakes.
Why?
Because sisters like cupcakes.
Nah, every sister don't like cupcakes. I'm sure there's some sisters in the live that don't eat cupcakes. The sister said he wanted to have sex with her. That's his intention, right? But think about it like this. Right? Say it was a righteous brother.
Right.
Let's say it wasn't a birthday party. Let's say it was just a party, right? And let's say it was a righteous brother who also wanted to have sex with her. Shit. So like it. He like, yeah, I want this broad right here. Mm-hmm. A righteous brother ain't gonna come in there and lie about some cupcakes. You understand? He gonna come in there and say, hey, Salakia, sis, hey, Shalom, are you married? You dealing with somebody? You understand? I ain't got much. You understand? But I like to take you out sometime. And that's it. Whether she either gonna take it or leave it. Right. But this brother not being in the truth, he felt like, you understand, he had to say, I bought you a car. I bought you a Lamborghini before I got here, but the shit broke down on the way.
Right.
You understand? Why did he have to say something like that? Of course, Lamborghini is exaggerating, right. But you understand? But why did he even think to lie about buying cupcakes that he did not buy? And it was funny too, because once he left, everybody bust out laughing because everybody was like, "Nigga, he didn't buy no fucking cupcakes. Like, what are you talking about?" You understand? Why would he even buy cupcakes? Like, nobody knew him like that. You understand? Right. But the sister said he wanted to have sex with him. Yeah, that's the intention, right? But why did he go about it in that way?
Because in the world, that's how you have sex with sisters?
Nah, that's not how you have sex.
By lying?
Nah, but yeah, brothers can lie. But why? Why are brothers lying? Why you gonna lie? I'm about to lose my topic on this, man. I'm about to go all the way into women's scriptures, man. Look, I'm about to say, pull me. Don't pull it, man. But I'm saying it's a scripture that talks about this in the book of I forget. It's a book. What's the book that like they sound like each other? It's one in the Apocrypha, and I think it's one in the Old Testament. Ecclesiasticus. Yeah, it's in the book of Ecclesiasticus. But I ain't gonna go there, right? Because I ain't gonna harken on this forever. But why does the brother feel like he gotta lie to her? Or why does the brother lie to her?
Lucky, I don't know.
Think about what I said, man. I really don't want to give it to you. Think about what I said in the beginning.
About what you said about the sisters got to...
Yeah, think about what sisters got to stop.
But he did that.
He did it. But why did he do it? Let me ask you a question. Let's just observe, right? We don't know for sure, right? But let's just guess. Did the brother want to make her his wife?
No.
And live with her for the rest of his life?
Lie.
He didn't want that.
Lie.
Right? So why did he lie? Why did he come in there with gifts as if he wanted to be a husband?
Okay.
And
I got it.
What you got?
I think I got it. He wanted to... All right. He wanted to give the appearance of something without actually doing anything.
Right.
He lied about the cupcakes because he probably could have bought the cupcakes. Yeah, but he ain't trying to, that would look a certain way. He don't really want to give her cupcakes, but he wants her to think He's willing to give her cupcakes.
Why? Why would he do it? We get why he would do that, because he wants to have sex with her. We get that part.
Mm-hmm.
But why would he do that? Why wouldn't he just walk in and say, I'm gonna be honest with you, I want to have sex with you? Why don't we do that? Why don't brothers in the world? Some brothers do it, right? But why
Because
don't
women like to be lied to.
Why? You there. Like, you want to say it, but you don't. It's there. It's at the
Women like to be lied to.
Women
because they want.
can be.
They can be.
Mm-hmm. The sister said, because the women is easier to beguile. There's a specific phrase that I want. She's on it.
I mean, you can say naive.
There's a specific phrase that I want that's in context of what I just said.
Easy to beguile.
Mm-mm.
Okay, no, in context of
What I just said. But our sisters have to stop being
gullible.
No, man. Stupid.
Come,
Sisters have to stop being stupid. There's a specific word I wanted. You understand? Our sisters have to stop being stupid. That brother did that because he knows that our sisters are stupid.
Okay.
He knows that by showing that he has money, by showing that he has, or flaunting that he has success, or that he has a good job, or drives a good car, or has a career, that there will be some woman stupid enough to believe that that means that he actually loves him. Or the same woman who believes that during Christmas time, because the man that she's with, that she lived for 2 years, loses his job and does not have enough money, that because of another man comes out the blue who has not dealt with her, has not had babies with her, has not had to hear her mouth, has not had to fight with her for 365 days every single year, and he comes with all the money that he has and buys her roses and takes her to a fancy restaurant, that somehow that means that man loves her and that he's better fit than the man that she has, man. Our sisters have to stop being stupid, man. You have to stop believing that the offering that you give to Baal is actually being taken by a dragon, when it's the priest that's just playing on your stupidity.
Right.
He's playing on your idiots. You understand? And this time of the year, you're going to see an increase of these things. You're going to see an increase of relationships failed.
Right.
You're going to see it. You're going to see some men who see some slut that they have sex with, that they're going to take $600 and they're going to save $600 to go and to go and invite that slut to some steakhouse restaurant,
right,
and spend all their money and take them back to some hotel and get her to be a slut on her husband, because her husband doesn't have $600 to take her to some restaurant,
right,
because she's stupid, because she's a fucking idiot,
right,
man. You understand? And that is what we have to stop being. Children, you understand? Children have to stop being stupid. Children will turn their back on their father because there's some stepfather who has more money, who could put more gifts on their Christmas tree. There are children this year that will say, no, I don't want to go to dad's house. Dad doesn't have gifts. Dad doesn't have a bunch of money. He doesn't have a big white Christmas tree in the living room. Dad lives in some house on something that's poor and run down, so I don't want to go over there. While they live with some stinking man who molests them every day of the year. Because we are being beguiled into carrying a burden of a religion of idols that want to kill us.
That's
man.
right.
And it's a heavy burden to bear.
That's right.
It's heavy for that poor father to have to know that his children don't want to be with him, man.
Right.
On a holiday that's supposed to be about family. That's right. It's supposed to be about loving one another. But somebody lied. I thought Christmas was about just love. Ain't it supposed to be about love and coming together? Right. But it ain't about that, man. It's a burden that we have to carry, man. And that burden is destroying black people, man. And because of that burden, we go into captivity. Because of that burden, we can't get our oppressor's foot up off our neck, because we are too busy trying to murder and rob each other to satisfy some disgusting little kids who can't get nothing but straight F's in school, who can't follow not one order, who can't stop selling drugs, who can't stop gangbanging in the streets, or for some woman who can't stop sleeping with every man in the country, man. I remember I just watched this movie. You correct me if I'm wrong. I was just watching Dead Presidents on TV last night, man. And that movie, man, I was sick to my stomach.
One of the
man.
best. I already know what scene you talking about.
I was sick to my stomach, man. Man, I almost just crushed my cup for that brother. For Governor Tate. What's his name on Power?
You mean Curtis?
Curtis? No, on Power.
I know on Power he's in the movie he's Curtis.
His name is Curtis.
I never seen Power.
Well, in Power he was Tate, Governor Tate or something, man.
Right,
man. I almost crushed my cup just thinking about it, man. But it's so disgusting, and not even the fact that I know I'm going off topic, man. Get me back on topic in like 5 minutes, man. It's like y'all right, get back on topic.
It's the burden of brotherhood.
You understand? But not even the fact that his woman went out and did what he did and did what she did, Salakia, while he was at war. You understand? If y'all don't know Dead Presidents, you know, it's an old school movie, so I hope I'm not giving no spoilers. Y'all should have watched this already if you black. I'm Salakia. So, yeah, you understand? So you should have watched this already. But it's not even that the fact that she did what she did, even that's disgusting in itself. But it's that scene, man. It's that scene where, you understand, he was questioning her about it. And the way that she treated him, man, and the way that she handled him, man, that was just the most disgusting thing, man, because she didn't understand the pain that brother had to, like, I could imagine, man.
Right.
I could imagine the pain of knowing that you got nothing, but you got to stay with some slut. You understand? And that Akim, Aquathium, don't do that during this time, man. It's gonna be a lot of brothers coming around with fancy gifts, and you're gonna see a lot of things on TV about some dude getting a hotel room and putting flowers all over the bed and candles all lit up with bottles of Hennessy and Prada, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, Gucci bags, and you're gonna look at it in all of your stupidity. As stupid as you is, you're gonna look at it and say, I wish I could have that. I wish I can have that. Don't even realize that that woman is getting beat every
That's
year.
right.
She's getting beat out of her mind. You understand? The man who bought all those gifts sleeps with every whore he can find. Every single one. There is not a slut that he'll turn down. But you look at the gifts and you say, I wish I can have that. You look at the offering that you give the Baal and you see that tomorrow that is not there and you say, wow, Santa Claus really came and ate the cookies like an idiot. And this is the time of the year where that is going to increase. And our brothers and our sisters are going to die because of it, man. You understand? Let's go back to the scripture. I'm going to put myself back on track, right? Let's go back to verse 4. Back verse 3, Salakia.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 3. Hearken unto me, O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, which are born by me from the belly, which are carried from the womb.
Which are carried from the womb, man. You understand? The Most High said that he'll carry. We are fighting and dying and going to captivity trying to carry Christmas. We're fighting and dying, going in captivity trying to carry Christianity, trying to carry Islam. You understand? Trying to carry these idols and these holidays that further pushes our oppressor further above us. You understand? Which is why this book, which is why this book is so powerful, man. Because even in all that, the Lord is telling us that he would carry us, man. He would raise us up. He will raise us up in this place, man. The same way you raise that Christmas tree in your house, the Most High is going to raise blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to rule over this place, man. You understand? Wow. You understand? And I'd rather choose that. I'd rather choose the Most High. You understand? I'd rather choose for the Most High to carry me than for me to carry some stinking tree. Or for me to carry some stinking turkey into some house full of people that hate one another. You talk trash about your family all year long just to go into some house on Thursday and sit there and act like you love one another, man.
Right.
And it's the most disgusting thing. And you sit there at the table and you think to yourself, man, I can't stand Uncle Ron, man.
Right.
Can't wait till he die. I can't stand Aunt Juanita. She been talking shit all year. I can't stand how I wish, man. And you sitting there, but guess what? Isn't Thanksgiving supposed to be about love?
Right.
Isn't it supposed to be about families coming together?
Right. Salaki.
You understand? Go ahead.
If I may, so again, you saying something heavy, man, because as we always say in Isupk, man, and it's like this is the only place that ever really taught me to think about these things.
Mm-hmm.
But you think about all the sisters, man. You almost like we love them more than they love themselves, because you're gonna sit up there at the kitchen table next to that nigga that you know molested you, next to that man, and now it goes to show not only do you not love yourself, because now and they don't love you because they know you got molested, and they're gonna sit there and watch you sit next to this cat, right? And then how much love do you have for your little nieces and nephews who you know got to be in the house with him when you leave, and you don't say nothing? Like these holidays, it ain't. They say it's about family, but how is it about family and love when, like you said, your father, you're going to disrespect him. Right. You're not going to invite him. Right. You're not going to make a plate for him, but you're going to sit next to that dirty uncle that molested you and everybody else in the family. That's real love. Right. I'd rather not. Salaki.
Exactly. You understand? And by that sister sitting beside that uncle that molested her, what is that? What is it? It's a burden. That's right. It's a burden that she has to carry. You understand? She has to sit up tall and cook this turkey and feed it to the family members, knowing that she's feeding people who molested her, because it's a burden that she has to carry because of these filthy, disgusting holidays. You understand? Keep going. I choose to let the Lord carry me. You understand? And all of the things that I do that may be messed up, man, or that I've done in the past that may have been wicked, I choose now to let the Lord carry me. I won't choose to carry Christmas and all the rape, robbing, and murdering that Christmas has caused. I won't choose to uplift Christmas and all of the wickedness that Christmas has. I won't choose to uplift and carry the burden of Thanksgiving and all of the murder that Thanksgiving comes with. I won't choose to uplift that, or New Year's, or Valentine's Day, or the 4th of July. I won't carry the burden of 4th of July. I'll let the Lord carry me. I'll let him carry me and the burden that I put on him, the burden that I put on Christ, and for him to die for people like me, for his brothers, man. I'll choose that than for me to choose to lift up my oppressor, than for me to choose to lift up my oppressor's religion, than to lift up his woman, than to lift up his livelihood, his lifestyle, his culture. I'll choose my people. You understand? And I'll let the Lord keep me. You understand? I made that choice a while ago. Right. I made that choice when I got that oil poured on my head to allow the Lord to keep me before I keep some filthy, disgusting tree inside of my house. You understand? Keep going. Baba Kushah, Salakia.
Salakia. The book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 4. And even to your old age, I am he. And even to whore hairs will I carry you.
Even to whore hairs will I carry you. What is whore hairs? Number one.
Salaki, when that hair get, nice and gray and white and silver.
When your hair all the way white, man. To your old age will the Most High carry you, man. You understand? He gonna carry you forever. But instead, we decide to carry Christmas trees. You understand? The Most High is showing us brotherhood like no other, man. And it's a burden. It's a burden for him to carry us because of our disobedience, man. But yet the Most High continually gives us what? Chance after chance. Grace period after grace period. You understand? But yet we decide to go, get a Christmas tree out the woods. And go get fireworks. And go get turkey ass. I don't know. Salakia, man. I had to throw that out there, man. You understand? As if you can't eat turkey any other day of the year. You understand? Go ahead.
Salakia.
Go ahead. No,
if I may, sir, you said so much heavy stuff. Nobody does eat turkey the day of the
Nobody.
year. Like you eat a turkey sandwich, like some sliced turkey, you know what I mean? Jersey
That's it.
Mike's. But no one goes to the store trying to buy a whole turkey except for that day.
Except for that day, man. You understand? Boston Market done got shut down. That was the one place you go get turkey and it got shut down. I don't see how the hell turkey be so popular on this day, but Boston Market got shut down. It's dumb, man. It's stupid. You could get turkey all year. You could get candy all year. But yet on Halloween, it's a must. It's a must to have candy on Halloween. You understand? You can what else? What else can you do? You can get roses and chocolates and teddy bears for your woman all year. But on Valentine's Day, it just has to be a must, right? You understand? And of course, some stupid woman, right? And of course, for all the people who watching, of course, when I say stupid women, I'm not talking about no sister in the ISUPK. I hope we all understand that. There ain't no sister that's a daughter of Sarah that represents the ISUPK in the most Tawaf fashion that I'm ever could be talking about.
Damn right.
Because these sisters are not stupid. These sisters in here are not like Eve. You understand? They are strong enough and smart enough and grown enough, woman enough to understand that some idiot coming with some flowers and some roses is an idiot coming with some flowers and some roses.
Right.
You understand? And so just so we get that clear, that's not what I'm talking about. All right, I had to throw that out there.
Come on.
You understand? Because our sisters in here are phenomenal.
Damn right.
They are phenomenal
right.
sisters, man.
That's
You understand?
right.
They worthy of the praise to be up in here, living a life that they live. You understand? And they deserve that times 10. You understand? But now, moving forward, for those other sisters who decided to not put oil in their lamps,
Right.
stop being stupid.
That's right.
You understand? Keep going, Baba Kashai.
So
Oh,
like-
you got some? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just had a question.
Go ahead.
So, okay, so, all right. So, I don't want to get you off topic again,
Look, come on,
but it's
brother.
related to what you said.
I'm king off topic.
So, in terms of not being stupid, now you just gave a excellent example with, how we, as we're like children when it comes to.
It's a lot. The sister said dry. I can't say that word, but I gotta watch my mouth. She said dry turkey. She said dry turkey, man.
Right.
Give her a hand, man.
Right.
Look, I tell you something, man. That turkey do be dry, man.
Dry
Y'all
as
don't
on
even
the
know how to
what?
cook. Look. Here, this is how. And I'm hold your point, peace.
Come.
Hold your point. Don't forget it. Or I'll be real quick. This is how stupid we are. Why not cook something you good at?
Right.
What the hell? You understand? Like, if everybody coming, you got family members coming from across the goddamn country to taste some nasty ass turkey. I done said the word anyway. But why not cook your best meal? You understand? If you good at cooking steak, why not get a steak? What the hell? If you got the world's famous spaghetti, why not let your nigga? I'm a Cali. I'm about to drive to New York. I'm about to come with, you understand? I kind of want to taste the spaghetti you got.
Right.
Make a spaghetti, man. Don't make that dry turkey. You don't cook it out. You don't ever cook turkey.
Right.
I was watching online. They have a whole call center with about 1,000 representatives that work in this call center every year. And their sole purpose in working this call center is for you to call and for them to help you cook your turkey. Google it. It's in New York. And you call them up and they help you. They tell you what to do to cook your turkey. They got to study it. And it's disgusting. They said it this year when I was watching Coming to Your Point. Don't forget the other point.
Another point, but I remember that one.
Got you. When I was watching, they was like, and guess what? We got good news. No one has burnt the turkey yet. And I'm like, yo, really? This is a burden.
Right.
You understand? Like you have to create call centers for
Right.
this. What the hell?
Right.
That's why I like Mexican brothers. Mexican
Right.
brothers, they want to have a good time. Hey, my friend, go to the store, get some Coronas. We come back.
Right.
That's it. Play some music, and that's it. You understand? Go ahead, man.
Well, second thing I was going to say real quick was the other call center that they have on Thanksgiving for turkeys is the one called 911 because people be trying to fry turkeys. People be trying to fry turkeys, and like every year somebody like blows up or gets like third-degree burns from trying to fry a turkey, and it's just a goddamn disaster. You know what I'm saying?
911 definitely gonna be called.
Con, so like
ruin your whole thing.
Con, ruin the whole thing.
Should have cooked the spaghetti.
Right, they're gonna remember that Thanksgiving for the next 20 years, like it was Thanksgiving 2016. But con.
And
So, like, go ahead, please. Please,
Nah,
like,
go ahead,
bro.
man. You got it.
I was going to ask you, if you're going to finish, I was going to ask you the other question.
Nah, go ahead, man.
I was going to ask you, so whether it be a sister, brother,
Mm-hmm.
they might hear us say that a lot, right?
Mhm.
In the Isupk, and I heard that about not being stupid,
Mhm.
and made sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm fresh coming to the truth, but somehow the general, when General Hyman said it, it's like, damn, I kind of get it. I guess I am stupid, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Now, and all of us, every brother I know that's in this truth with me is the same thing. We
Mhm.
kind of was able to like, damn, I am stupid. So how will we break down, or someone who's not familiar with this, and maybe they don't click for them immediately, when they hear us be like, you're stupid, you're an idiot, we're smarter than you,
Mhm.
and they just hear arrogance, or they just hear like, how you gonna say I'm stupid? How will we break? This is a good way, or how can we break down to them what that really means? When we say you're stupid
Mhm.
and an idiot, what are we saying, Salaki?
Kind. And I would say this, right? I would try not to offend the sister by saying that you're stupid, right? But I would say that Eve was stupid.
Right.
And you come from Eve. So we know, as a matter of fact, hold what you got. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse
Ecclesiasticus.
Salakia. Damn, man. My brain is messing up tonight. Salakia, everybody. It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 2. If I'm not mistaken, it's 9 and verse 2. Understand? For a woman to understand that she's stupid is for a woman to understand that she believes that she does not need a man.
Right.
If you believe that you can live your life on your own, then that is the epitome of you just being stupid. Bottom line. You understand? That's it. A king does not believe that he can be a king with no country.
Right.
He needs a country to rule over. You understand? A good child cannot be a good child without a parent.
Right.
He needs
That's
a parent
right.
to be a good child.
Damn right.
You understand? A good worker or a good servant can't be a good servant if he doesn't have a master or if he doesn't have a boss, someone who rules over him. There's no way in hell for him to be a good servant. You just see some nigga working in the field by himself. Who is that?
Right.
That's just Joe Decis. He just works. He doesn't. I don't know. You know. I don't know if he's a good worker or not. Because nobody ever told him to do anything.
Right.
You may think he's a good worker, right? You see him working in the field every day. You may think he's a good worker, but go tell him to plow the field.
Right.
He may be like, nah.
That's
You don't know. So a woman can't be a good wife without having a husband. And so for a woman to believe that she doesn't need a husband, it's stupidity.
Right.
You understand? But if for a woman who understands that she does need a husband, and of course we talk about sisters in the truth who do already understand that, then you got to understand this concept is that your man is the head of you. And so if your man is telling you that you're stupid, you might want to just be quiet for a second.
Right.
You understand? You might just want to listen and understand something. I think is this scripture something that I want to pull for this? Yeah, pull that one. Let's go.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9 and verse 2. Give not thy soul unto a woman.
Give not thy soul unto a woman. And of course, your soul is what? Your soul is who you are. Right? Your soul is you. Your soul is different from your spirit. Your spirit is something that could change. Right? You can have the spirit of Thanksgiving or Christmas one day, but then next week you can have the spirit of righteousness or the spirit of the Most High.
Right.
Or the spirit of a gangbanger or the spirit of an athlete.
Right.
Right? You can have different types of spirit, but your soul is who you are. It's what gets sent up to the Most High and judged, right? Keep going. But wait, so like it said, give not your soul unto a woman. Right. So how do you give your soul unto a woman? Who does your soul belong to?
The Most High.
The Most High, right? So if your soul belongs to the Most High, then how do you give your soul to a woman?
All right, so your soul belonging to the Most High means that the person who has dominion over your soul which would be your body and who you are,
Mhm.
is the Most High. So you're supposed to do what He says.
Mhm.
But if you give your soul over to a woman, now the Most High doesn't have dominion over you; she does.
Mhm.
So when so the Lord tells you,
But give me some examples.
right? The Lord tells you, don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster.
Mhm.
She say, the best dish I make is this shrimp scampi,
Mhm.
and you say, all right, well, if that's your best dish, I guess that's what I'm gonna eat.
You
I
got it
don't
for
want to
Thanksgiving.
I don't want you to just waste your good cooking and not have somebody eat it.
Right.
Or the Lord says, keep my laws, statutes, and commandments, but she say, no. You need to be. I was born and raised a Muslim, so you gonna bang your head up against this stone with me. So you giving it over to her. You giving your soul to her.
Right. Meaning you submitting unto her power.
Right.
You understand? Instead of submitting yourself unto the power of the Most High. You understand? And so that's something that we can't do. And as a sister, as a woman who believes that she should be in control or even comes into confrontation with her husband, you should remember this. You should remember what your husband should not do. And if you love your husband, especially if you're in the truth, and I don't understand how you could be a sister in the truth and go against or even I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand how you could be a sister and a wife to a husband in the truth and even go against him.
Right.
Like going against your husband should be something that is petrifying, if that's a word. Or did I just make that up?
You just did.
I'm gonna make that word up.
I like it. Pause. Tetrifying.
I'm gonna make that word
That's
up.
some- that's
if that's not
kinda
a real
fly.
word, we gonna use that. You
Huh.
understand? Going against your husband should be tetrifying, man.
Ooh.
It should be something that's just like not terrifying, but just tetrifying. Like, do I really want to go against him? He could be
Right.
dead, he could be dead wrong in what he's saying. You understand? But you should just be like, do I want to do that?
Yeah, right.
You understand? Like, I don't know. Let me just write a note like, the bag is black. Put it in the freezer or some shit.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is this paper doing in the freezer? The bag is black. Then the husband, he get it, he's like, oh, let me call my man back. You understand? Yo, the bag is black. You understand?
Right.
You understand? Like, but that should be how like a woman, her mindset. Now, of course, that's an extreme example, but a woman should be like that to her husband because she should know that she is not the head of her husband, and that humility or that submissiveness should be just born into her, you understand, or raised up into her being a woman, especially being a woman of the truth. Now, with that being said, we're talking about a woman being stupid, right? Or a woman being disobedient, right? Here's stupidity for you. Stupidity is this. Stupidity is going against a man who will give his life for you. That's stupidity.
That's right.
That's dumb.
Damn right.
You understand? I don't care whether the man is right or wrong. You understand? But that is dumb.
That's right.
It is dumb for you to cause quarrel for the man who is going to give his life for you, right? Because here's the point. Here's the thing. You're not going to give your life for him.
That's right.
You're not going to do it. You sleep in the middle of the night, 3:00 in the morning, and you hear. Matter of fact, with Pop Smoke, right? I'm gonna bring him up as an example. When Pop Smoke died, Pop Smoke was in an Airbnb with his woman, right? Who died that night? Did his woman die?
No, not at all.
His woman didn't die. So now let's imagine that the night before his woman was arguing, no, mother, you need to make sure that I get this, and you need to make sure that you do that, and you do this, and you do that. And let's imagine Pop Smoke went to sleep on the couch. So you telling me he got to sleep on the couch and then still die the next day? That's the life he got to live? You understand? That's stupidity.
Right.
It's dumb. It'll be better for you to give your husband the power that your husband deserves. It'll be better for you to give the authority to your husband that he deserves, so that when Pop Smoke dies, you can say, well, they killed a king.
That's right.
You understand? They killed a man who ruled over my family, that protected my children, that made decisions in my house. They ain't killed no nigga who I make sleep on the couch, because you can find that anywhere, and it's stupid. It's stupid for you to think that you should be able to rule over your husband. What do you even think that you have? If, let's think about this. Your husband is supposed to be a priest, right? He goes to class. does his 90 days, becomes a trooper, becomes an officer, goes through Hebrew Academy, comes home, I know y'all be doing it, telling all the, yo, this shit happened today, this happened today. I know you be doing it, no sweat, you understand? But your husband goes through all of these things, comes home and tells you about it, and what? You supposed to be the kryptonite? You supposed to be the one thing on the earth you know, Captain so-and-so, he made me stick my head in a goddamn beehive. He made me stick my head in a beehive, but I'm about to come home and get mad at you, or you about to get mad at me because I didn't make the Kool-Aid right.
Right.
I just stuck my goddamn head in a beehive.
Right.
What the hell are you thinking
That's
about
right.
listening to you for? You understand? And again, I don't mean this in any bad way, but as a sister, you would rather want this, right? You would rather want a man who rules over your house. You would rather want a man who rules over you, because I'm telling you, you're going to put yourself in a situation where you're going to start observing and seeing other brothers or other men that may be in the world who have better potential of ruling over you, because you're too stupid to allow your man to rule over you.
Right.
And that's just the truth. You spend the rest of your life fighting your husband, that the second that you see some dude on a music video, you think, oh, look at him.
Oh my God.
And you think that's a real man. Stupid. You don't even know him. Then you find out later he's gay. You understand? Yeah, he's actually a homosexual. And you're like, but that's a real. He's stupid, man. If you don't believe your husband is a real man, it's because you're not a real woman, man.
That's right.
And that's just the truth. Because you can't be a parent to insubordinate kids. You can't. Which is why a lot of parents to insubordinate kids do what? They disown them. They say, well, get out of my house. I can't be your parent no more. Right. I can't teach you no more. I can't provide for you no more. I can't protect you no more, because you're not acting like a child. But as a sister, as a woman, you got to do the same. You got to realize the same thing. You want to be a wife to a man, then you have to act like a wife. Let your husband lead you, man. Especially if you got one that want to lead you. Stop being stupid, man.
That's right.
Stop being stupid. Don't be dumb. Especially if you got a brother in UPK who wants to lead you, who wants to be there to tell you what to do, who wants to be there to help you make decisions in your life. Stop being stupid, man. Don't be dumb thinking that because you see celebrities and people who are rich doing things. It's stupid, man. It's dumb. You should submit yourself to the man that you got, man, and be happy that you got a man that'll die for you. Not sad that you don't got a man that'll buy you a Bentley or buy you a Louis Vuitton purse or a Louis bag or a Fendi purse or Prada, this, that, and the third. But happy that you got a man that'll never leave you.
That's right.
Happy that you got a man that you could call your husband. Happy that you got a man that you can have children with and he'll be there as a father. You know how many sisters, you know how many women in this world get pregnant and don't have fathers to help them raise the children, man? How many sisters have to go through that, man? Don't be stupid. Don't allow your stupidity to get in the way of that. And as a brother, don't give your authority over.
That's right.
Don't give it to her. You understand? If she want to be stupid, then let her be stupid. Let her go out and try to live the voluptuous life, where all things is good in every nook and cranny of her and every corner of her life. Let her try to go find that, and she'll realize how young Dolph still dies. She'll realize how Nipsey Hussle still gets killed. She'll realize how King Von still ends up in the graveyard. She'll realize how children by rich celebrities still end up in single-parent households.
Right.
She'll realize how life, by living with someone who she thought was better, ain't as good as she thought it was. She'll realize that then. But a brother shouldn't sacrifice that for his authority for nothing. Keep reading, Baba Gashar. Or read it from the top.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9 and verse 2. Give not thy soul unto a woman.
Don't give your soul unto that, sister. Keep going.
To set her foot upon thy
To
substance.
set her foot upon thy substance. What is thy substance? What is the substance of a man? What is the substance?
I mean, when I hear substance, I know it could mean a lot of things. It could mean money.
That's exactly what it means.
Con.
It means the money, the property, the things that a man owns. Because you give your soul to your woman and she'll take everything.
That's right.
She'll take everything. You understand? Give your woman the passcode to your phone. Oh, she's in there.
Good night.
She's in there. You give the passcode to a man. He like asking you every 10 days. Every time he trying to just turn on the camera. He like, what's the password? She's like, I told you this. It's our anniversary date. And you like, I don't remember that shit. You understand? So like it. I'm getting too personal. But look, you don't even tell your woman the passcode. She look at it. Doop, 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 doop. I got that. 1956. She's in there every day, man. You understand? And she gonna take everything. You understand? Keep going. Everything to what?
Con. No, just check some on YouTube. Salakia. Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Meet not with an harlot,
Mm-hmm.
lest thou fall into her snares.
That's kind of off topic, but I'll break it down anyway. Meet not with a harlot. A harlot is a what? What is a harlot?
It's like a whore.
It's a whore, right? What does it mean? Meet not with a harlot. Think about it, right? Some brothers may think, yeah, I know this woman is a whore. I know that she's a prostitute, but I'm in the truth, right? I'm not going to have sex with her, right? I'm not going to sleep with her. I'm going to just teach her the truth. I'm going to go in there and break down scriptures in her crib, right? That's what you think. But the scripture's saying what? Meet not with a harlot. Why? Lest you be trapped with what?
Salakia. Meet not with an harlot,
Mm-hmm.
lest thou fall into her snares.
Lest you fall into her snares, meaning her traps. A harlot is a harlot because she's easy to beguile you. You understand? She didn't get that way because she didn't know how to talk her way into things. Yeah, it's a skill to be a whore. You understand? But meet not with a harlot lest she, you understand, trap you in her snares. Meaning you go over there, you thinking that you're gonna I'm gonna just break down some scriptures to her. I'm gonna bring her into the truth. You understand? Sure you are. You understand? Sure that's what's gonna happen. But no sweat. Keep going.
Verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
But you read that one more time. So like it.
Con. Look at Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
That is a what?
A singer.
That is a what?
A singer.
What does that mean? I gotta look it up. What does that mean? What is a singer? What does a singer do? Think about it. How do singers get paid?
Salakia. They perform.
They perform, right? But every performance isn't good.
Mm-hmm.
How does a singer get paid? How does she become famous?
By singing good, by what I'm saying, by practicing and getting, you know what I mean?
But who pays the singer?
Who pays the singer?
Yeah.
Promoters.
Think about it more radically. Like who pays the singer? Like, of course, we know that her label pays
The people
her.
who listen.
Right. The people in the audience pay
Right.
the singer. If they don't like her, then guess what? Nobody will come to her show. She doesn't get paid. She
Right.
gets dropped from the label because they ain't got no money for it.
Right.
But how does she get paid? What makes a singer prominent?
The singer, like you said, like, you know, the audience, like being able to attract more people.
And attractive people based off the what? The feeling that they can provide.
Right, con.
A singer can be someone who makes you feel a certain type of
Right,
way.
con.
They can manipulate your emotions.
Con.
They can make you feel sad.
Right.
They can make you feel happy.
Right.
They can make you feel ecstatic. They can make you feel low. You understand? And so this type of one, read that one more time.
Yeah. The book of Ecclesiasticus,
Mm-hmm.
chapter 9 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's like verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer. Keep going.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Lest thou be taken with her attempts.
Lest thou be taken with her attempts. You understand? Which is going back into the harlot. You understand? A woman who can make you feel a certain type of way, because this type of woman has no morals. She doesn't have a moral guideline. She's going to sing to a tune that she feels at the moment. You understand? Whatever her whole job is to make you feel some type of way. That's her whole job of her existence. You understand? Which is what a harlot is. Which is why when you go into strip clubs and things like that, do women act the way that they act with their husbands at strip clubs? No. Think about it. If you think of strip clubs, right, and you think of movies, right, and shows and stuff what you did in the world, when you look at women who work in strip clubs that have men on the outside, when there's a man in the strip club sitting in the chair and then their husband outside sitting in the chair, do they do the same thing for their husband? No. Because they're singers. They're going to play to the emotion of what they need, what they want. They want money, right? So they're going to sing a song that is going to give them money. They're going to be sexy, right? They're going to move in slow motion. But imagine the same brother that they're dancing on doesn't give them money. Then what? Then they sing a new song.
God.
This song changes.
God.
You understand? When as a righteous woman in the truth does what? Her song does not change.
That's right.
Her motive doesn't differ. She's not a singer. She doesn't do this for employment.
That's right.
She is a daughter of Sarah who does this because it's her duty to do it. You understand? Her actions, the way that she lives her life does not change based off of the things around her.
That's right.
Based off of her happiness or based off of her her suffering. A woman that's a daughter of Sarah in the Isupk, she lives her life the way that she lives her life because that's how she lives her life, and that's how she'll live it for the rest of her life. Done. You understand? But singers change based on the crowd, based on their feelings or the emotions that she wants to bring. You understand? And that's a harlot, that's a whore, and that's not what we're doing here. You understand? Keep going.
Slack. Verse 5. Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her.
Gaze not on a maid that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her. We all know what that is. You understand? A maiden is a what?
A young woman of marriageable age.
Woman of young marriageable age. You understand? You don't gaze about her because of those things that are precious in her. What are those things that's precious in a young woman of marriageable age?
It's like it says that thou fall not by those things like
her breast.
Right. Con.
Her big old behind that she got.
Right.
Them leggings she wearing. Right. Don't look at her because you keep staring at them leggings out. You're gonna say, to hell with this, I'm doing it.
Right.
You're gonna say, man, to hell with it. I'm going for it. You understand? God. You know what I'm saying on the scripture? Oh, yeah. God, man, definitely. Hey, look, man. Yeah, but this is definitely off topic, man. But you understand? But sisters back. But the point was that sisters gotta stop. You understand? Don't, especially during these times, man. Don't leave your husband because some random dude comes up with roses and Cadillacs and flowers and chocolate. You understand? It's stupid, man. Be a woman, man. Be a woman that has a man and stays with her man and don't leave him.
Damn
regardless, right. Man. You understand? Because we're not children anymore.
That's right.
You understand? You don't get to believe that Santa Claus actually ate the cookies. You don't get to believe that Bell did not actually take the offering that you gave him. It is a fake and it's a lie, man. You understand? But what is not a lie is your obedience to the Most High. That's not a lie. You understand? That's the truth. And that's what we teach in the Isupk under Commander Jenny and Hannah.
That's
it's
right.
Obedience to the Most High, man. You understand? And that obedience is a burden. It's a burden for a sister to have that type of obedience towards her husband.
Damn right.
It's a burden for her to live that life. You understand? If you ever see, like, even for a woman, for a woman or a brother, right? You see yourself doing things or living a certain way in which brothers in the world did the same thing that you're doing, you should start to check yourself. And you should start to ask yourself a question. Am I being different than what the world is? Am I doing the same things? Am I cussing out my husband the same way that my friends cuss out they men?
Right.
You understand? Am I talking to my husband the same way that my friends talk to they men? You understand? Am I beating on my wife the same way that my friends in the world beat on their women? You understand? These things that we do, we have to be very careful about how we're living our lives, because we cannot afford to just live in a way that, you understand, that we just want to live because we feel like it's the right way. You understand? And so drop that. Give me it was one more I wanted before we close up. Unless there's any questions on the chat, anything on the YouTube, any questions, anything. Comments. It was one more that I wanted to go to. I wanted to get the crucifixion of Christ. Give me Matthew 26 and 39.
Yeah. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 26, and verse 39. Just like you. And he went a little farther and fell on his face.
Go back to verse 34.
Come. The book of Matthew, chapter 26, and verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto thee, that this night, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. Verse 35.
So Christ was talking to Peter, right? Christ was talking to Peter and telling him that, you understand, that before the cock crow 3 times, you understand, you're going to, before the cock crow, Salakia, that you will deny me 3 times. Keep going.
Come. Verse 35. Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise, also said all the disciples.
So Peter said, though I should be dead with you, because I lived the life that you lived. You understand? I studied what you study. I was taught by you. Though I should die with you, I will not deny you. You understand? So Peter said, I don't know what you talking about. Right. You understand? You talking about I'm going to deny you, nigga. I'm rolling with you. Meet your terror to the end. You understand? But you understand? But Peter didn't understand what Christ was trying to tell him. What you had?
I was going to say it's like.
Yeah, kind of. You understand? Christ, he didn't understand what Christ was trying to tell him. Keep going.
Come. Verse 36. Then cometh Yahushua with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and said unto the disciples, sit ye here while I go and pray yonder.
So Christ went to go pray to the Father, to the Most High. You understand? To Yahweh. Keep going.
Verse 37. And he took with him Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Verse 38. Then saith he unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. Verse 39. And he went a little farther and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me.
You understand? Christ said what? Christ knew that he had to be crucified, man. You understand? And he brought them with him up until so he could go pray to the Most High. He went farther away from them and he prayed to the Most High and said, "Oh my Father, let this cup pass from me." You understand? You understand? Meaning that he didn't want to be crucified, man. He didn't want what Christ what happened to Christ. Christ did not want to just happen, man. You understand? Christ lived just like me and you live.
Right.
He imagine tomorrow you gotta God tell you gotta go through what Christ went through.
Right.
Imagine how you'd feel knowing that every scratch, every bruise, every break of every bone, every stab, every puncture, everything that happened to him, you're gonna feel it.
Right.
It's gonna feel just like it. You've been hurt before. You're gonna go through every single thing Christ went through. Imagine that, man. You understand? And Christ ain't do the things that we did. You understand? Christ didn't have the thoughts that you could have, you and I could have. We could have them thoughts. We could say, yeah, you know what? It hurts, but you know, we did sell drugs. We did rob. We did do this and we did do that. Christ didn't have that luxury. Christ had to do that knowing that he ain't do no wrong. You understand? Keep going. Mm-hmm.
Verse 39.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I was already in 39.
That's right.
Nevertheless, it's like, let me start at the beginning of 39.
That's right.
And he went a little farther and fell on his face and prayed, saying, "Oh, my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt."
He said, "Not as I will, but as thy will." Keep going.
Verse 40. And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, "What? Could ye not watch with me 1 hour?" Verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak.
Meaning what? He already told Peter. Go ahead.
So like I was gonna say, like you said earlier in the class, broke down so to Wab is like your spirit can change. Your spirit is just the vibe you've chosen to take on. Just like you got school spirit, team spirit, or whatever. The spirit, you might say, yeah, I'm riding with you. I got zeal, I'm down. But that ain't gonna stop when that bruise hit, or when that, you know what I'm saying, when they start pulling teeth, you're gonna feel that. Your body is weak.
The parable of the sower.
Right.
You understand? It won't stop when you when you're fighting against drug addiction. You can't stop when your family hates you at Thanksgiving because you're in a cult. You can't stop that. You understand? And so because your spirit is strong, it's fine, but your flesh is weak.
Right.
The things that you love in your fleshly manner will keep you smoking weed. It'll keep you celebrating Thanksgiving. It'll keep you doing the things that we're doing that goes against God. You understand? Keep going.
John, verse 42. He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, "Oh, my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done."
Christ is praying again. You understand? Asking to not be crucified, man.
Damn right.
You understand? He's saying, man, if this cup may not, pass away from me, if being crucified is the only way to save my people, man, then I'll do it. I'll drink it, man. You understand? But he's still praying to the Lord for it to pass from him. He's still asking, like, yo, let me not have to be crucified, man. But you telling me that you have to celebrate Thanksgiving?
Good night.
You telling me Thanksgiving is just that important to you that you just have to celebrate it? But staying with your husband, that's just that's nothing, right? The vows that you took till death do us part, that just don't mean nothing. The money that you spent on that goddamn foolish ring, that $10,000-$12,000 ring that you got on your finger, that doesn't even mean anything to you. Go ahead.
So like I just want to say, you see, brother, you just heavy class. And I just want to say, well, one thing for one, if we could please get us sisters a hand, those sisters that actually, you know what I'm saying, hold it down and, you know what I'm saying, and really embrace this truth. You know what I'm saying, and fight against they families and that Christianity.
That's right.
Fight against it, and don't cook no nasty turkey, and don't go to no don't make excuses to go to no Thanksgiving dinners or none of that. Shout out to them.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, with Christ, it's like it always just reminds me. I use the same scripture too. You know what I'm saying, to talk about all of us. It ain't just sisters. People think, oh, y'all just down on the sisters and y'all always want to boss the sisters around. Nigga, what do you think happens to me? You think, brother, like, I get bossed around. Like, I mean, I'm using that phrase because that's what people know.
Christ getting bossed around
getting bossed around right now.
To go die.
Right. I get bossed around to be at camp. To be, you know what I'm saying, to help other people. You know what I'm saying? Christ getting bossed around to not just die, but get tortured to death. Be crucified. You know what I'm saying? Which also, if I was going to say real quick, also proves that Christ and the Father are not the same person.
Right.
Because he's begging the Father to not do this. He would, if it was him, he'd just be like, all right, don't worry about it.
Yeah, Christ and the Most High are the same person. It's like, again, but not off topic, but Christians try to make Christ to be a extreme schizophrenic.
Right.
Like, if he's the same person, why the fuck is he talking to himself?
Right, and telling himself no.
Like, he could just go in private and just be like, we got this. Turn the shit up. You know? Right. Christ is not a schizophrenic.
Right. God. So like that's all I have. But yeah, like it's such a heavy thing to remind you when every Christians love to say they follow Christ. They follow Christ. But Christ didn't do what he wanted to do. That's a part of his life, a part of everything, his ministry, everything he did. He says in the book of John, I don't, you know what I'm saying, do it of my own will, but of the will of my Father that sent me. So if you're following Christ, then someone should be telling you what to do, and you should be following orders. And if you're a sister, those orders come from your husband. If you're a brother, that comes from the Isupk. It's lucky.
And that order is the burden of brotherhood.
That's right.
You don't come easy. You don't come with having a husband because it's just easy. You don't go into them damn mystery box and get a husband that's just, he's rich and you just live a good life. You understand? That's not how it works, man. Sometimes you got to suffer, man. And you got to compromise. And you got to work together. You understand? The same way that Christ had to live for us, man, and suffer for us, man. You understand? And I'm gonna read the rest of the scripture for the brother while he handling his business. And so, like, what was we at? Verse 39? The water. Yeah, Most High in Christ. Yeah, I needed that. You understand? Let's finish this last scripture out real quick. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 40.
Count 42. 43.
43.
Count. The book of Matthew chapter 26 and verse 43. And he came and found them asleep again, and their eyes were heavy.
All right, yeah, we could drop it from here, man. But Christ asked the cup to be passed away from him, man. But Christ carried the burden of brother. For time's sake, I'm gonna cut the class short, man. But with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to preaching officer Dabo.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to marry. Slakia. He or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, we of course are still in the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying? I believe there's 6 more days left. There is no closing to the feast. You know what I'm saying? but we just going to continue to celebrate. You know what I mean? Make sure we, I'm saying, bringing some items to the school. You know what I'm saying? Some food for the Akwathi and the, I'm saying, to get down on. Make sure you lighting them candles. You know what I'm saying? Decorating the space and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we still doing. Salakia. I want to remind Akwathi to check on social media. So there's isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for isupk events and materials. Of course, make sure you tune into that Black Watch every Monday night with the most controversial man on earth, Commanding General Yohana, every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, make sure you check out the other social media platforms and radio shows we got. Like we have one here stationed out of North Carolina with myself, an Officer of 1,000, Officer 400 One, and Officer of 1,000 Ayaza Ab, and now, of course, also including officially Captain of 10,000 Year Garwap out of Oklahoma City called Unplugged from the Matrix. That is every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11 a.m. For those in Central Time, I believe. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, I Madium.